All right, welcome back, guys. Brad Akimo here with Reload Hawaii. We're on location here in Las Vegas, Nevada at range 702. About to take my CCW class with Steve McMinn. Let's go check it out. How's it, everybody? Brad Akimo here with Reload Hawaii. I'm hanging out in Las Vegas, Nevada here at range 702 with Steve. Just got done doing the CCW class. Such an awesome class. Steve, thanks for taking some time out to tell us a little bit more about the CCW process. For anybody back home that wants to do it, definitely want to come check it out. But before we get into that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how long you've been teaching here at range 702?
Sure. So I started out at the range 702 about 3.5 years ago. I started out as an RSO, running machine guns, watching locals, things like that. Moved up, got my certificates through the NRA, got a bunch of the civilian stuff done, and started instructing. Now, before that, I've been into guns for a very long time. I'm from South Texas, so we go hunting every fall, right? So I've been hunting, shooting bolt actions and things like that since I was about 11 years old. I joined the Marine Corps when I was 20, did a couple deployments, so I got a lot of experience. I did a lot of firearms training. A lot of combat training, things like that. So really kind of piqued my interest into that type of instruction and training. When I got out here to Vegas, it just seemed like the right thing to do, come work at a gun range. So, basically, what I like to offer is a lot of real world, practical application type instruction. So.
And I got to say, this range is definitely the right place you want to go out. You could have picked any range to be at, but the old location was awesome. The new location is even better. They offer a lot of services out here. What kind of other classes and services does Range 702 provide in addition to the CCW class?
Right. So we offer, in addition to our own locals range where locals can come out and shoot, we offer machine gun packages for mainly tourists from other states and other countries to come in and shoot fully automatic machine guns, things like that, right? Yeah, you name it, we pretty much have it. But also, as far as the training goes, we do a lot of introductory courses, a lot of intro to handguns, intro to rifles, things like that. We do the concealed firearms permits and a lot of private lessons. Now, private lessons are basically determined basically on what you want. So, if you have a certain thing, well, I don't know how to break down my gun, I want to clean it. We'll do that. There's $65 an hour. Let's say you want, I want to learn how to, shoot defensively. Okay, we can start there. Basically, the private lessons are tailored to whatever it is that you need.
That's a crazy service to offer. I mean, not a lot of people back home have that available. So coming to Nevada to train here is an awesome way to go. So I noticed in our class we had a lot of different people from all different age ranges and experience. So let's say I'm that cat at home sitting at home watching TV and I really want to take the class, but I have no experience. Right. What type of experience does somebody have to have and to take the class? What do they have to bring in? And then what are some of the tests that you have to take upon completing this class?
Okay. So basically, as far as experience level goes, you really don't need much at all, okay? I've quite literally sold guns to individuals on one day, and then the very next day they sign up for my course, okay? So you really don't need the foundation there. I will give you the foundation, okay? So the first couple hours in my course, in my concealed firearms course, we go over all the basics. Fundamentals of marksmanship, firearm safety, making sure you can manipulate and operate and handle the gun, okay? All of those I give to you. I make sure you're good and proficient with those, and then we go in and qualify for the test. Now, the shooting portion of it, the shooting qualification is very simple. I make you shoot at the 3, 5, and 7 yard line, 30 rounds total. Each shot is potentially worth 10 points, 300 score you can possibly get. You need a minimum score of 230, which is not hard, but you need to have those basic shooting fundamentals down in order to get that score, okay? The written qualification, the written exam, is not hard as well. We make sure that we go over every question, every answer, so everybody understands everything. Exactly. That way, everybody has a good, solid information base as to what's required.
Awesome, and yeah, it's not that difficult, guys. 3, 5, and 7, just take your time and you will pass. What happens if somebody does not qualify the first time around?
So the main reason, a lot of courses will make you end up qualifying at the end of the day. I do it midday specifically because in the event I do have some shooters who don't qualify, I'm not going to rubber stamp you, right? I'm not going to just give you a free pass. I will make you qualify. But I promise you, given a little time, given a little effort, we'll get you there. So when I qualify everybody midday, those that don't qualify, at the end of the day, it gives me some time and opportunity to get them qualified.
That's awesome stuff. Okay, so I just took the 3 classes, right? I got the Nevada, the Florida, and the Utah one. So I'm kind of aware of that. Nevada gives me 30 states, is it?
Yes.
What's the advantage of taking the Utah one?
The Utah in particular will give you 4 additional states. So to give you up to 34 states, it'll give you Georgia, Delaware, Virginia, and then on the West Coast, it'll give you Washington.
Awesome stuff. Okay. Just 2 more questions that we're all done, man. So here's the big one, and instructors always have different things that come out of their classes. What is the biggest mistake you see students making when they take this class?
Honestly, it is the trigger control.
Yeah,
okay.
it's a hard one.
Realistically, it's one of those things where there's a small explosion happening in your hand, and it's right next to your face. So your brain's naturally telling you need to tighten up.
Yeah.
This isn't natural. So you're going to be tense. Now, you might be able to line up and line up your sight picture, side alignment, everything's great. But the second you get some real tension behind the trigger, you're going to start to twitch a little bit. You might even anticipate and drop the gun a little bit because you're tightening up. The only way to cure that is to physically start shooting. You have to get some time behind the gun. So your brain starts to go, okay, this is natural, right? Gun's going off in my hand. This is normal. And now I can be comfortable and be relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing natural about something going off in your face in general. So lastly, what is the most important thing you hope that all students take away from this class?
Just being mentally prepared for a deadly force situation. Bad things are going to happen to everybody. You can either be mentally prepared and either mitigate or potentially avoid that situation altogether with a good defensive mindset, or you're not going to be prepared and you're going to fail.
Yeah. And throughout the whole course, there's a lot of themes that's repeated, and that's the big one. Just like defensive driving, but this is on a grander scale. Being aware all the time and having your head mentally ready is going to keep you out of that circle of being ignorant and always alerted. Guys, I heavily recommend taking the class here at Range 702 from Steve. Awesome instructor, gets a really, really good grip on being mentally prepared from the very beginning stages of carrying concealed all the way to what you have to deal with after if such an occasion occurs. So, Steve, once again, thanks for giving me some time and talking about the CCW process. And guys, I'll see you back home. Closing thoughts on the Range 702, I give it an A+. I heavily recommend that you go there. It's a very clean, bright, open floor space designed for retail, and most importantly, as far as range safety goes, it's very well ventilated. They hired 2 engineers specifically to design their air filtration system. A lot of ranges that you go to in Las Vegas are dark, cramped, and the ventilation is very bad. So A+, and kudos to them for getting that done correctly. Classroom fits about 20 people comfortably. Most importantly, in my opinion, the staff is very happy and very welcoming. They make you want to be there. They're very helpful. There's no signs of being cocky, snobby, or bitchy. There's tons of gun rentals, guys. So the range fee is $20 per lane. You can fit up to 3 people in there. Pistols, $15. Rifles, $25. If you stick with the same caliber, at least for pistols, you don't have to pay another $15. So if you want to shoot like 15 of their 9mm pistols, it's just one-time fee of $15. And they do have packages available as well. Shuttle service is also available for those of you who need a pickup. Now, on to the class. Seriously brought to my attention how lacking we are here in the state of Hawaii. Really bummer for us. But as far as Steve goes, total A+. He's a legit Marine. He was in the infantry, did a couple tours in Afghanistan. And he has an extremely good demeanor and outlook on how to teach. His experience backs up his mindset. 2 of the things that I took away from him, the most important thing I think is that you're going to be behind the curve. You cannot be faster than somebody's premeditated thoughts or actions. So they're coming at you already. You have to be in the mindset where you are going to be able to react as fast as possible. And in that, the reaction that you should have is not necessarily to use your pistol first, but to try to find an alternative way, because another thing he says in the class is, and I never really thought about this way, is the change in your pocket is not worth another person's life. So being prepared to act will give you the ability to hopefully get out of a situation without having to use your firearm. And all of those things he delivers through the course, and is taught not only in the class itself, but his personality and his demeanor brings it out. So, guys, that's the ending of the review, or the review on the Range 702 itself and the CCW class. I heavily recommend going to the Range 702 and taking the CCW class, getting the Utah, Florida, and Nevada CCW from Steve Mickman. That's the man. Hang out. I got a little bit of extra bonus feature to show you guys where to apply for the Nevada CCW. Guys, it's been a pleasure. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up. And as always, I will catch you later. All right, guys, we're here bonus coverage. This is the Las Vegas Metro building that you'll have to submit your paperwork to, 400 South Martin Luther King Boulevard, and you want to be on building C. So you'll enter from the bottom, hang a right, and you will be looking for the customer service window, and they do open at 7:30. Okay, so ABC for Charlie, and they'll give you a number. So you get there a little bit early. It says 8 o'clock, but they open at 7:30. That's the customer service window or doors, and then you'll go in, and the customer service window will be here right in the front, and that's where they'll give you your G number. G's in golf. They got B and T's and other stuff like that, but you don't need to worry about that. You'll get a ticket that looks like that. You'll go into the lobby area and sit down, and then at 8 o'clock, the agents will come in and they'll start helping you out. And you can see there's tons. There's actually a section in the back too of windows. When your number is called, it'll show up on this flat screen TV if you thought you heard it but you weren't too sure. And then you'll just sit down at these little individual tiny booths. They take all types of payment. They have the credit card machines there for you, check, and all that other stuff. Don't forget to ask for your 2 other fingerprint cards if you did Utah and Florida, and you will visit the fingerprint room twice. One to get the fingerprints done, and then they'll call you back to take your pictures. Guys, hope you enjoyed the bonus coverage. Catch you next time. Thanks for listening.